Hello everybody, welcome to the show. We got, oh boy, we got cloudy skies, early morning, wind blowing. I know I've been doing a lot of topwater poppers, so now I'm switching it up a little bit today. We're gonna start going around here. I'm gonna try to cover some water real quick because I want to jump to the worms. These are what I was tearing them up yesterday, rod and reels I was using. I was fishing worms. Check out that video, caught my personal best largemouth bass. I'm not gonna tell you how much it weighed, but check out that video. Anyway, this is the rod and reel I caught it on. I've taken off the worm. I'm gonna put it back on. After the sun comes out, topwater bite is either gone or never was or whatever. But I'm starting out with the little bitty buzz baits. Very hard to throw with regular gear, so that's why I'm doing BFS. This is a 661 Kuying Teton light and PW100. So I'm gonna throw it with this little bitty buzz bait. I'm gonna start just buzzing. That's what I'm gonna do. But any topwater video where you're trying to cover water would not be complete without mentioning and talking about and using some sort of whopper plopper. So I don't think I've used a whopper plopper at all this year, but we're breaking out this bad boy. Little mean eye, red eye. That's a little short fat whopper plopper, actual whopper plopper brand. And hopefully I don't break this Kuying Conqueror rod, because I'm going to throw it on it. That should be able to handle that. That's not that heavy of a bait. I'm not going to just throw it hard because you don't have to. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do that. And if this bite sucks, we'll throw down to the poppers, because I know they'll always catch some sort of bass. But buckle up, hang on, let's go. Let's catch some largemouth bass with topwater and every kind of water. What do you say? Okay, let's just start it off with, I can't quite get past there. Now I'm passing up some water. There's some cover and all kinds of stuff under here. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. This little buzz, I should be able to throw right up. And it does squeak good. Right there at that speed. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I like the squeaky squeakies. Just a steady pace right there. Oh boy. And this drag is still set just like I had it when I caught that big one. I may have cinched it up a notch, but I did retie. That was pretty quick. Just a few casts in, and they are on it. They are on it, boys and girls. Ooh, look at what your pops brought you. Let's go. Should I kiss for luck? Go tell him old Charlie's coming for him. We'll get a pick if I get a big one. Boys and girls, I've raised some footage. I ain't gonna lie. This topwater bite, they are not hitting whopper ploppers or buzz baits. And I've tried anthrax from Megabass. You're not gonna see that. This, I figured I'd try a little bit. This is like an in-between. It's not the smallest buzz bait you can get, but it's definitely not the biggest. I want to say it's a 1/4 ounce, but I could be off. It's a heart. But there is like no topwater bite going on. Caught that one fish early on and then nothing. So I'm honestly tempted to jump just right back to worm fishing. That's what always tends to work. Possibly jerk baits or rattle traps, early morning, kind of see if they're on a more aggressive bite. They're definitely not on a more aggressive topwater bite. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna switch real quick. I'm gonna leave those rigged up, but this is my rod. It's an old school rod. I talked about it in a video. I broke this off. Me and Charles, I tried to power, and when I did that, the old cork said boom. So I balanced it. See that? I added, I think that's 1.5 ounces, but it's a balanced rod, and we're going to keep throwing it for jerk baits. And if I like it, I'm actually going to shorten it even a little bit more since I'm using it for jerk baits, but leave the weight to where it's balanced. And it's just going to be this little short, freaking crazy, whippy jerk bait rod, and that's what it's going to work for because it's awesome. Let's go. Back. I may have rig the poppers up, but I think I'm gonna go get all my rods rigged up. I'm gonna put the worms back on these, and we're gonna hit this dam while the wind's blowing on it early morning. I think it's like a typical AliExpress bait. It hits the water, and it doesn't necessarily sink, but it doesn't just stay above surface. It kind of just almost suspends just under the surface for a little bit. I got a fish, not a big one. Oh, that is a bass though. Oh man, that hot rod bait is working. This is on fire. Oh no, not really, but he did eat it. He wanted it. It's only the second fish of the day if I get him in. He definitely, oh, get off the boat. All right, look at this. Look at that beautiful fish. Look at that beautiful bait. I love that new AliExpress bait that came with the clamber. Oh, he's spitting it out. Go ahead, spit it out. You don't want it. Spit it out. Fishing say it. Oh, there's a fish on that. That fish has it. I saw the line. I never felt that fish. Oh, he spit it out. I never got a good hook set. I just saw the line taking off because I felt like, whoa, whoa, I never felt this bait hit. Because, like I said, an 1/8 with that worm feels kind of heavy. Like as it's falling, if you got it on tight line, you can kind of feel like the weight. It's pretty heavy for me on these BFS stuff. So I kind of like the weight never went away, but the line started coming out. So I knew he was there before I truthfully felt anything. And I tried to yank, but evidently, as you see, I was a little too much slack. And I didn't really pop it hard. I need to start doing that. And I can definitely tell I kind of missed the boat on the initial when I should have set the hook and just freaking hammer it. There's a hit. Oh, I freaking hammered it, nothing. Dang it! These fish this morning are trying to get the best of me. It ain't gonna happen. Look right here. 1/8 ounce rugby jig, which I do not recommend. The finesse rugby jig has that eye sticking out further. I actually put a snap with the snap. Let me check that hook. Actually, you know what? That hook is not that sharp. That hook, I don't know why. See that? See what I'm doing right here? And I don't know what I've done to dull that, but I can literally run my finger across that, pushing, if you guys can see that. That hook is dull. I'm switching out that hook. I want to show you something. Okay, I got a different one. That same thing. I couldn't get they were out, you know, like the whole freaking story of the world nowadays. They're out of everything everywhere you go, but I want to show you guys something. See that? Now I'm not pushing near as hard, and you see it catching my skin? That hook is sharp, meaning that it'll just stick them. There's no doubt in my mind. I know I'm not the greatest at hook sets, but that other hook was so freaking dull. It's just a miracle. I mean, I'm saying you can't hook them, but you want to put the odds in your favor. And this is an old hook. It's just still sharp. So, because I haven't bought any more, I just make do with these until those other ones, I don't know when. They may be back in. I need to check. I guess I haven't checked in a while. But I do like them. I mean, they work. I used the 16th ounce to catch my personal best yesterday. The Rugby Finesse jigs, VMC Rugby Finesse jigs, are awesome jigs. That one, I guess I overused it, and let that be a learning lesson. I try to do that. I don't know if you guys notice, I don't really talk about it, but you'll see me if I do miss a fish, especially like on a jig or something, you know, not really treble, even treble hooks. You'll see me, I don't really talk about it much, and I think you'll see other anglers do it, and a lot of them don't really talk about it. You'll see that they'll feel that hook. And usually you can do that. You can do that skin, you know, little trick. Don't go crazy because you'll hook yourself hard, but if you just barely rub it, your finger should stick you. Like you shouldn't be able to just rub your finger across any fishing hook without it. Even the big ones, the little ones, whatever. They should want to stick into your skin the same way they would a bass. So anyway, let that be a lesson. I learned it. I should have checked that before. I checked the line this morning, but I didn't think to check the hooks. I missed the one, had another hit, and I'm like, something ain't right. Guess what? We're learning lessons right and left. Life lessons, well, it's not really life lessons, fishing lessons though. So we may be on a worm that's working. And that's one thing I like. When I start catching a fish or two, and somebody out there needs to hear this, slow down. I feel I catch more fish now because I slow down. Yeah, I know sometimes I probably go too slow, but I felt in the past like I would come out to a place and I'm buzzbait or spinnerbait. That's kind of what I fished. And if I'd go for a long time, if that wouldn't work, I'd throw in a man's baby -1. I'm throwing it right on the bank and not really speed fishing. And you see guys, and I guess that's one way to do it, to just come out and do that speed cranking and all that. But for me, plus I'm not a tournament fisherman, so I just want to catch a bass or 50 little bass or whatever. But I found, for me, not necessarily even the downsizing of the BFS, but you know, kind of go, but then when you start getting things happening and you do catch one in a spot, you know, fish that spot, unless you're just bound determined to hit the whole area you're at for buzz baits or whatever bait. But go back, remember where that was, and hit it with a worm or, you know, some kind of jig, crawl, something. And then, you know, don't be afraid to slow down. I've noticed editing footage is where I really noticed it. I'll sit there and you know, and I'm wanting to make a video short, and I'm like, I cast out and literally took a minute to get that fish on a, you know, a worm. And it's like, that's because sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to throw out, shaky shake, bounce it, and then, you know, big fish or, you know, good fish or whatever. And you won't do that until there's a reason for you to do that in a spot, whether you spotted something or say you just, you know, caught them there. It's basically a confidence thing. You will not see somebody setting on a 1 minute cast that doesn't have confidence in the spot or the bait or whatever they're using. Look at that bird. That bird is tearing them up over there. Did you guys see that? Look at that sucker. Can you guys see that thing? That bird is literally was just freaking smashing something. It was hitting the water, going this way, hitting the water. Look at that thing. That thing is nuts. What is that? That is a psycho bird. I've never seen that. Just, I've seen, you know, stuff swoop down and grab and then go. That thing was whacking. It was, I don't know. Do I want to leave that in? I don't even know if you could see it. What was I doing? Okay. My favorite bait, since it caught my personal best, and I'm going to throw where I think something should be. And that's what we're going to do. Make a long cast as the wind's blowing. And I'm going to let that sink. I'm running this back a little bit because they could be right here sometimes. That peninsula I talked about, somewhere out in here dies, but then it drops off. Sometimes they stage up on that slope right there. I told you guys. Come on, this is a good fish. I'm just saying, I was like, something's got to give. Something has got to give. That's a nice bass. Come on. Oh boy. Come on. Get over here. There's a big one. I got this drag kind of loose too, but I should have him. Oh my God, come on, don't get off. Oh boy. I've been struggling all morning now. I call it all morning. The last couple hours. I've only been here 2 hours. But fish, there's something right there. It's got me stuck. Nope, he came off. Is it grass? I don't know what it is right there. This is a big bass. It may not be as big as one yesterday, but he was running. Get up. That's a huge bass. Am I that lucky to catch two monsters? I'm trying to keep it where if he does jump and I miss him. I always like to do that. You guys will see on camera, and I'll be able to see years back that what I had. He has circled the boat. I started out, I've turned the boat. I can't get him up. Here he comes. I'm only on two. He is, oh, it's not that big. It is not that big a bass. It is not that big. That bass fought harder than you would think. Jesus. Come here. Man. But that is what I call the football demons. Those little 2.5, 3 pounders. Look at the back on that thing. That thing is built for freaking power. I could not get that fish to even think about coming up. And yes, this is the same one that pulled in that real big one, and I'd swear that guy was closer in size. I thought for sure 4.5, 5 pound bass or bigger, 6 pounder. Okay, this should be good. All right, come on. There's a fish. There's another one. There's another fish. Come on. I got it. I got him on. Oh man, he feels huge too. They all feel gigantic. Where's he at? Head shakes. I can feel him. Like that sucker is fighting. No, he's. Where is he? There he is. That's something else. Something jumped up there, and I was like, "Get over here." He's gonna jump. He's way out there. Look at that fish. Oh, that is bigger. That. Whoa! Whoa! Hold still. That is a. That's. Other one felt this big. This one feels like. Whoa! Come on. I knew. I was like, oh, let me just try it. That fish. Good. He is way out there. Come on. Get over here. Get in here. Get. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's coming. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here. How big is he? Oh boy, that's a good one. It ain't no like. Yeah, that's a 3.5, 4 pounder. See how much tied up in my lines. Get over here. Get over. Look out. No, that's a good one. Get over here. He's hooked good. No. Nuh-uh. Get over here. Get in this boat. They are freaking, they all look alike, but this one's like a big version of the other one. Little bitty mouth, big fat bodies. Look at that fish. Oh my goodness. Look at that bass. Oh boy. Oh boy. You know the deal. Oh, can you guys see me? You know the deal. I need to get picked. He may add a little weight. He's getting a little wetter, but I want to. Okay, so zeroed out. You got to be quick. You got to like snap, get it on. See that? It stopped. 3 pounds 5 ounces. So yeah, that's about right. 3 pounds 5 ounces. Not too far from 3.5, but that fish is. They are freaking thick. Like not only is their belly getting fat from feeding up now, they look like they've been healthy like all year long. So. And this fish, I don't think it's been hooked before. Look at that little mouth and a huge body. They are out here. Ow! That thing bit me. Get out there. That's what you get.